I got back in the cab, heart thumping a little harder than I liked, locked the doors, took a long sip of coffee, tried to laugh it off. Probably a shadow, I told myself. Maybe an old tire. You're tired, Carl. You're seeing things. But even then, something in my gut told me I wasn't alone on that highway. I got back on the road, trying not to look too hard into the rearview mirror, but I couldn't shake the feeling that something was following me. Not in a car, not in a truck, just out there, maybe on foot, maybe not walking at all. I kept driving for a good hour more, didn't see another soul, not one headlight, no trucks, no stations, just black sky and moonlit road. Then the CB crackled again. "You shouldn't have stopped." That's all it said. By the time I hit the next truck stop, I was rattled enough to call it for the night. It wasn't a big place, just a little diner, a couple of fuel pumps, and a motel with flickering lights. The sign read, "Sleepers Motel, Vacancy, Cable TV." Sounded about right. I parked the rig, went inside the front office. The guy behind the desk looked like he hadn't slept in days. Thin, pale, dark rings under his eyes, but polite enough. "Room 3, he said. "No TV tonight. Storm knocked out the cable." "Storm?" I asked, glancing out the window. "Sky's clear." He just looked at me, didn't blink, just said, "Storm already passed." I didn't press him, took my key, made my way to the room. The bed was clean, sheets tucked tight. There was a little window looking out over the back lot. I sat down, unlaced my boots, and listened. And I swear to you, there was breathing in that room, not mine, not from outside. It came from the corner, where the shadows were thickest. I didn't move at first, just sat there on the edge of the bed, holding my breath, listening to that sound. Slow, steady breathing, like someone sleeping real deep. But I was the only one in that room. Or at least, I was supposed to be. The light above the bed flickered once. That soft hum of motel electricity dipped just for a second. Then everything got still again. I leaned over real slow and turned on the bedside lamp, and just like that, the sound stopped. Room was empty, nothing in the corner but a dusty old chair and a wastebasket. I got up, checked the closet, even looked under the bed. Nothing. Still, I didn't sleep easy. I laid there with one eye half open, watching the dark, feeling like the walls were breathing right along with me. Next morning, I woke to the smell of bacon. Guess I must have drifted off sometime after 4. Didn't remember dreaming, which is rare for me. Usually, I dream in places like that. But that night, blank. I wandered over to the diner across the lot, ordering myself some coffee and a plate of eggs. That's where I saw her. She was sitting in the corner booth by herself, staring out the window at nothing in particular. Pale skin, long gray hair tucked under a scarf, and eyes that looked like they'd seen every road in America, and maybe a few that weren't on any map. The waitress, nice girl, probably in her 20s, called her Miss Dolly. When she brought over my plate, she leaned in and said, "Real quiet. She's been coming here every day since I started, always orders tea, never drinks it." I nodded, not thinking much of it, but as I was eating, Miss Dolly stood up and walked right over to my table. Didn't say a word at first, just stood there, looking down at me with those silver dollar eyes. Then she leaned in close, closer than you'd expect from a stranger, and said, real soft, "The road remembers you now. Keep your lights on. Don't stop after mile marker 84. Then she turned and walked out. Didn't take her tea, didn't pay, just vanished into the morning like fog. I pulled back onto the highway a little shaken, but trying to push it out of my mind. I figured maybe she was one of those folks with a touch of, I don't know, insight. I've met a few like that, old souls with a second sense for trouble. So I made a note. Mile marker 84. Don't stop. The sun was up by then, but it didn't feel warm. The day felt thin, like the world wasn't quite finished being real yet. I passed marker 62, then 70, then 81. My palms started sweating, and when I hit 84, I swear to you, I felt my whole rig pull to the right, like something wanted me to stop. But I kept going, didn't touch the brakes, didn't look in the mirrors, and out of the corner of my eye, just beyond the roadside fence, I saw shapes, figures just standing, tall, still, faceless, watching. Now here's where it really started to break loose. I kept driving for what felt like hours. The sun stayed low in the sky, like it didn't want to rise any further. Then I saw it. The same gas station I'd passed the night before. Same cracked sign, same single pump, same flickering open light. But I'd been driving west. There was no way I should have circled back. And when I looked at the odometer,